Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to use the Onside Kick tools. After logging in, go to the Client menu and click Onside Kick Calculator, and you'll see the tool come up. On the left is the input box. That's where we'll put the game state information. On the right, we'll get our results. So let's say we're down by 6 points, and there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll leave the team strength adjustments alone for now. We'll say we're equal opponents today. Let's say we had 2 timeouts and our opponent still had all 3. And we don't need to worry about whether or not we kicked off to start the game or to start the second half, because that's water under the bridge. So now we can click calculate and we can see our results. Let's start off by just looking at the deep kick option. What that's telling us is that if we go ahead and kick deep, we've got a 12% chance of winning. Now let's look at the onside column. Let's start by looking at the expected success rate for an onside kick recovery. If the receiving team knows it's coming, onside kicks are recovered about 18% of the time. And that's since 2011, when the kickoff rules were changed. And if the receiving team is not expecting an onside kick, so if it's not late in the game, we're not down, those are recovered far more frequently, about half the time. The next row tells us what the probability of success is if we recover successfully. And that's saying we get the ball back, we've got a 27% chance of winning. Now, if we fail to recover the onside, we give the ball to our opponent with real good field position, saying we've got about a 6% chance of winning. Now recall that the expected recovery rate is 18%, so our net total win probability for the onside option is 10%. We've got a 10% chance of winning for the onside kick. If we kick deep, that was a 12.2%. That's higher, so normally we'd prefer to kick deep in that situation. Notice this bottom row here is the break-even probability of success. So that's saying if we have that probability of success or better, then it's worthwhile to onside kick. But in this case, we think it's closer to the league average of 18%. That's below the 29% needed to make it worthwhile. So again, we'll kick deep. We'll see how this all comes into play in the visualization, which illustrates how things are working under the hood. So let's start by entering the same game situation, down by 6. We had 2 timeouts. Our opponent had all 3, and we'll leave the team strength adjustment alone. And we can click calculate. Now let me tell you what's going on the chart here. There was no place to enter time here in the input box. That's because we're looking at the entire fourth quarter here on the x-axis, and the y-axis, the vertical axis, is that break-even probability of success. That was the bottom line in the calculator tool. The blue line is illustrating the probability of success given our game state at each time left in the fourth quarter. So for example, with 5 minutes to go, we would need a 40% or better than 40% probability of success to make an onside kick worthwhile. These dashed lines are those league average success rates. So for a surprise onside kick, that's just under half the time, and for an expected onside kick, that's just under 20%. So whenever this blue line, the break-even line, is below our expected probability of success, which in this case is close to league average or 18%, then we should go ahead and onside. If it's above the line, then we would prefer to kick deep. So with 3:20 to play, yep, we'd prefer, it's above the line, above this red dash line, so we'd prefer to kick deep. And we can see that just inside a minute 40 to play is when we should normally prefer to onside. So that's it. Good luck.